Hello students, welcome to the next video. In this video we will be discussing the storm water flow. In the previous video we had a discussion over the wastewater flow for design wastewater flow for the design of sewer system. Here the second part is the storm water flow. So what is meant by storm water flow and how to calculate the storm water flow will be discussed in this video. Storm water flow. The amount of water flowing over the ground surface, pavement, house roof, etc. is known as a storm water or the runoff. The amount of peak storm water flow is several times more than the dry weather flow. In combined system, the sewers are normally not designed for the peak storm water flow, otherwise the size of the sewer would be alarming large. The storm water flow is also known as a wet weather flow because as the storm water is get joined to the sewers, and because of that there is a significant increase in the wastewater flow, so that flow is called as a wet weather flow. There are certain factors which are affecting on the storm water flow. The first one is a catchment area, ground slope, permeability of the ground, extent of impervious area like paved yard, buildings, non-absorbent road surfaces, etc. Extent of vegetation growth, rainfall duration, climatic conditions such as humidity, temperature, wind, and etc. So the runoff which we want to calculate and which mainly depend upon these several factors, because ultimately the rainwater or the storm water which is joining the sewers is mainly depend upon these factors like catchment, ground slope, and all. So these are the factors. Then the estimation of storm water flow. Now there are different methods to calculate the storm water flow. Some rational methods, some empirical methods are adopted and employed for calculating the storm water flow. The most commonly used method for design of storm water drains that takes into account the three factors: the catchment area, impermeability factor, and intensity of rainfall. So in the rational method, the formula is as follow. This method is mostly used in determining the quantity of storm water. So the Q is CR suffix I A divided by 360, where Q is the quantity of storm water in meter cubes per second, C is the coefficient of runoff, Ri is the intensity of rainfall in mm per hour, A is the drainage area in hectares. If suppose the Q is in the liter per second, if it is available, and if it is given in the liter per second, A in the hectare and Ri in the centimeter per hour, then the above formula will be written like this, that Q is equal to 28 AIR, where I is the impermeability factor. There are several empirical methods are also there and adopted for calculating the stormwater flow. For determining the runoff for the large area, generally empirical formulas are used. All the empirical formula are applicable only under certain specific conditions such as flow of land, slope of land, imperviousness, rate of rainfall, etc. So there are different formulas: Berkeley, Ziegler's formula, McMath's formula, Fuller's formula, Fanning's formula, and Talbot's formula. Next are the Metcalfe and Eddies has also developed and evolved one formula: Dickens formula, Revid's formula, English formula, where the Q in the all above formulas are runoff in cubic per second, and where C, that is called as a runoff coefficient, is calculated like this. where the A is the drainage area in hectare, S is the slope of the area in meter per 1000 meter, M is the drainage area in square meter, and I is the intensity of rainfall in the centimeter per hour. The catchment area. The catchment area or the drainage area to be served by the sewer can be determined from the map of the town or city. Since the coefficient of runoff depends on the type of surface, the portion of the catchment area or drainage area having different types of surfaces should be determined separately. So for considering the coefficient of runoff coefficient K, the various factor like water tight roof surface, it is having K value 0.7 to 0.95, asphalt pavement in the ground or in the good order 0.85 to 0.90, wooden land 0.01 to 0.2, unpaved street and vacant land 0.1 to 0.3, park lawns. So as the type of surface change, the runoff coefficient also change, because each and every area is having its own ability to infiltrate and to percolate the water, and because of that the factor changes. Impermeability factor. The storm water depends upon the imperviousness of the surface over which the rainfall takes place. The percentage of rainwater that is available in the form of runoff is known as a impermeability factor. So these are some impermeability factors that we have to consider while designing the stormwater flow or while determining the stormwater flow. Then the stormwater flow or the runoff is very much depend upon the intensity of rainfall also. So the intensity of rainfall can be worked out from the rainfall record. If suppose we don't have a ready record with us, historical data can be referred to calculate the rainfall intensity of the for that area which is under consideration. The longer the rainfall record available, the more dependable is the forecast. Means as much as if suppose you are considering the longer rainfall record, definitely that will be very helpful for accurate and precise determination of the stormwater flow. The intensity of rainfall, however, depend upon the frequency and duration of the storm. But the question arises that how to calculate the rainfall intensities. There are where the rainfall records are not available. Usually this happens that if the rainfall records are readily available, it will be very easy to determine the stormwater flow. But if suppose it is not available, then we have to adopt the empirical formula for calculating the rainfall intensities. So these are the general formulas. Ri is equal to 25.4a divided by T plus B, where R is the rainfall intensity in mm per hour, T is the duration of storm in minute per second, minute per time of concentration, and A and B are the constants. For the area of heavy and frequent rainfall, the formula is different. For storm occurring once in a year, the formula is different. It is given in this slide. For storm occurring in the 10 years, the formula is different. Then the Kuchling's formula. By this formula, if the storm is occurring in 10 years, the formula is 2667 divided by T plus 20, and where the storm occurring once in 10 years, there should be correction in this second one. Ri will be 3048 divided by T plus 20. Now the question arises, in the previous slide we have termed like that time of concentration. Now what is meant by time of concentration? It is defined as the longest time without unreasonable delay that will be required for drop of water to flow from the farthest point of the drainage area to the point of concentration. So this is what about the time of concentration. Note, it is generally considered that the maximum runoff occur when the duration of storm is equal to the time of concentration. if the duration of rainfall is ranging from 5 to 20, the constant A should be 30 and constant B should be 10. And if it is ranging in between 20 to 100, constant A will be 40 and constant B will be 20. So these A and B values we have to consider while calculating the rainfall intensity. So students, in this video we have discussed about how to calculate the storm water flow, different factors, different formulas that can be used, how to calculate the rainfall intensity. If the record is available, readily available, that it will be very easy. If rainfall record is not available, in that case we have to go for the some empirical and the rational empirical formulas. From that we will get the rainfall intensity, and we can calculate the storm water flow. So in the coming videos we will solve few numericals based on the wastewater flow and rainfall intensities and all. Thank you for watching.